So guys, before we take a look at this video, let's see some of these headlines on the social media. Like this one here says, Northern political leaders have begun attacking the Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa, over plans to launch a full military offense against Fulani terrorists. They are now arguing that dialogue, not military action, should be pursued. This once again highlights how some northern politicians appears to shield these terrorists, giving them room to regroup and advance their jihad agenda. I think this person is on point. I mean, he captured everything in this post. And now this one is coming from Kogi State. Armed bandits have invaded Ule community in Kaba, Bunu local government area of Kogi State, leaving 2 people dead and several others kidnapped on December 19, 2025. The assailants reportedly targeted farm parts, abducting over 10 residents from the nearby Tage community. Panics have spread across the area, forcing many residents to flee for safety. Kogi State is highly under severe attack. So guys, now there is this latest headline. The Tinubu's government has designated these terrorists as, these Fulani headsmen as bandits. But now you can see there is another twist to it, that the federal government is saying they don't want death penalty for these terrorists. Now, like you can see, it says death penalty for kidnappers, terrorists will worsen insecurity in Nigeria. Death penalty for kidnappers and terrorists will worsen insecurity in Nigeria, Tinubu government tells lawmakers. So guys, this one has left many Nigerians talking, as if Tinubu does not really want to fight these terrorists. How can you tell Nigerians that death penalty for terrorists is going to worsen insecurity? And people are like, what are we hearing? Now, this other headline here says death penalty for terrorists, kidnappers will worsen insecurity. That's the same thing I've just said. Another headline here is, see, Tinubu declares bandits, violent cults, armed groups as terrorists. Tinubu has this one is a latest headline, as in this headline is just few hours ago from the time I was making this video. It says Tinubu has declared these bandits as terrorists. At the same time, Tinubu is saying death penalty for these terrorists is going to worsen insecurity. So you can see the contradiction. The question remains, is the Tinubu's government really ready to end terrorism? That is the question. Now, exclusive, over 37 worshippers, including children, kidnapped in Kogi church attack. 600 million naira ransom demanded. And a whole lot has been happening in this country now. Pastor Ezekiel Dachumo attended the burial ceremony of the victims of the latest attack in Benue. About 12 people were died in that attack, and Ezekiel Dachumo was there and also gave his own address. I'm going to allow you to take a look at all this. But Akpabio is saying we cannot go home today because it is not safe. Akpabio begs Tinubu to reverse police withdrawal order. The senators are saying that Nigeria is no longer safe. They want police protection to continue. Tinubu should give them VIP police protection. But they leave the masses to die. Look at all the people dying in Plateau State. About 12 people were killed recently, and the governor has just defected to the APC. The governor is so insensitive upon all the killings. Ezekiel Dachumo has been the one raising alarm. You won't even know there is a governor in Plateau State. The man has been so silent and quiet because he wants to move to the APC. Finally, he has moved to the APC. The party that is killing your people, you are moving to the party. So guys, this is what we are seeing. Now, there've been a whole lot of reactions after Nuhu Ribadu was said to be the one arming some of these Mieti Allah terrorists. Now, the question is coming from this channel VOP, that if the US is going to be sanctioning Nuhu Ribadu, I'm going to allow you to take a look as they dissect that topic. If the USA is going to sanction Nuhu Ribadu, assuming he has houses in the US or his children are there, or he has any business there, I think it's really going to affect him with all this that is going on the social media. Now, let me allow you to take a look at these videos, and then you are going to be watching the discussion around Nuhu Ribadu and sanction from the United States. Take your time, watch these videos, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.
We have a horrific update to share with you from Nigeria that would suggest not only is the genocide against Christians not slowing down, it's escalating. Well, Director of Equipping the Persecuted, Judd Saul, joins us now. Judd, what can you tell us?
Well, it's just heartbreaking to say this, but our organization obtained intelligence well over a week ago that the Fulani ethnic militia was gathering on the Nasarawa Plateau border, on the Nasarawa Benue State border, and the Nasarawa Kaduna border, and they are gathering as we speak. And we have intelligence that they're gathering, and they're planning to do major attacks over Christmas against Christians. And I was in Washington, D.C. last week, and I publicly announced that this was going to happen. And I specifically named the towns and the locations that they're planning to attack, which was Riom in Plateau State, Bokos, and Barkinladi in Plateau. And then also Kafachan region in Kaduna and the Agatu region in Benue. I said that publicly. I said that at a press conference. We have intelligence that this is where they're planning to attack. And I notified the Nigerian government. I notified the U.S. government. I said, we have very reliable intelligence that they're planning to attack these areas. And then just 2 days ago, they attacked Barkinladi, killing over 12, leaving several wounded and 3 missing. And we gave them advance warning that this is where they were going to attack, and the Nigerian government did nothing. In fact, President Tinubu himself acknowledged my terror alert and said it was lies. And now there is blood on the hands of the Nigerian government because they were warned.
Well, brother, let me ask you this. What else has been happening this week? Because I know that it wasn't just that attack.
It wasn't just that attack. So in another area in Plateau, it wasn't listed in one of the communities, 4 children were slaughtered. They were having dinner and just out in an open compound having dinner, and Fulani came in and just killed the 4 children. A pastor was killed and they kidnapped his wife. And then they killed 2 other farmers along the way during this attack. So right now, over 20 Christians have been killed in just the last 6 days, leading up to Christmas. And the attacks are going to continue and get worse because our intelligence says they're gathering, they're massing up, they're planning to kill a lot more during this Christmas season. Okay,
so Judd, we've obviously been highlighting the work of Truth Nigeria and your incredible reporters on the ground. And the thing that we keep hearing most in the comments, aside from prayers, aside from standing with you, doing with whatever we can, why is no one doing anything about this? Why do we keep having these updates with Masara and with Mike and with whoever? Why is no one stopping? Why is no one intervening? Why is nothing being done? And these comments are like, CBN, do something. I don't know, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm in San Diego. I just got a microphone here. And so people are obviously, and probably no one more than you, unimaginably frustrated when we just see the massacre of Christians in Nigeria, and no one's doing anything. So like, Judd, as someone who probably not many people on planet Earth are more involved, more plugged in, more aware of what's happening right now than you. So why is no one doing anything?
As an organization at Equipping the Persecuted, we're doing everything we can do. Unfortunately, within legal capacity, all we can do is respond. After attacks occur, we're there with aid. We're there helping the victims. With the 12 that got killed, we sent money to help cover the cost of their burials. We're paying for the cost of the wounded and all those wounded medical costs, trying to save their lives. And then there's families that have been affected. So we're trying to help the victims of those attacks. That's what we do on a regular basis, is respond to the attacks and help those who've been persecuted. But what we've been trying to do with Truth Nigeria and as an organization is work with village security teams and putting out these terror alerts and trying to save as many lives possible. I'm saying as an organization, we're doing everything within our power to help persecuted brothers and sisters on the ground. But it's going to take more than what we can do, and that is government intervention. That is for the Nigerian government to stop being complicit in the killings and to start protecting the Christians in their country. Because right now the Nigerian government is totally complicit. And the U.S. government, if Trump is true to his words and says, we're going to go in guns a-blazing and make sure the killing of Christians stops, it may come to that. But intervention needs to happen now. Otherwise, we're going to have more dead bodies over Christmas. But as an organization, we are doing everything we can legally to save lives. And that's at equippingthepersecuted.org if those, want to help and do that. But the thing is those of you watching, you have to get on your phones. You have to call Trump administration. You have to call your congressmen and senators and say, we need action now in Nigeria, because the Nigerian government is not taking this seriously.
Well, I applaud everything that you're doing, obviously, Judd. Yeah, I thank God that you and your organization exist. But, you know, Masara just sent me some photos of charred, and that's what I'm going to use, charred corpses of children. And I looked at my phone the other day. I'm like, I got to, and I have 3 young boys. I got to, wow. I'm scared to look at my phone. And then these are photos sent across the world. You know, I can't imagine actually being there. So let me ask you this, and this, I'm sure this will get under your skin. What do you say to people that say there is no genocide of Christians happening in Nigeria?
If they deny the genocide in Nigeria, they have blood on their hands, because you're being willfully ignorant and you are ignoring the facts. And the facts don't lie. The dead bodies don't lie. The number of dead certainly don't lie. Neither does the number of destroyed churches lie. What you don't see is Muslim communities being completely wiped off the map. You don't see Muslim mosques being destroyed and wiped off the map like you are Christian communities. This is a systemic genocide, and I'll tell you this. There is a very well-funded propaganda machine from the Nigerian government paying a lot of people, even Americans, to hold the narrative that there's no Christian genocide. And if you fall for that nonsense, you are falling for a lie, and you need to go repent of it.
Amen. Amen. Well, Judd, let me ask you this. Let's say, by chance, the President of the United States is watching this video right now. What would your message to him be?
President Trump, if you are serious about what you said about protecting Christians in Nigeria, now is the time to act and use the resources at your disposal to intervene on behalf of our persecuted brothers and sisters in Nigeria. They need all the help they can get. The Nigerian government is worthless and they are complicit in the attacks. You cannot trust them.
Amen. Straight to the point. Well, my brother, I know you're a busy man. I'll give you the floor for anything else that you want to say, just because obviously your voice is so important, so crucial to this horrific genocide. I mean, let's not mince words. So I'll give you the platform. In closing, Judd, is there anything else that you want to say?
I would like to encourage all of your listeners to please add the plight of the persecuted brothers and sisters in Nigeria to your prayer lists. Pray for them every day. And pray for our team, the Truth Nigeria guys, and our equipping the persecuted staff that's on the ground. Pray for their safety as they go into very dangerous territory to bring relief to our persecuted brothers and sisters. And please, please, please take action. Support us, equippingthepersecuted.org, and then call your congressman and senator and say enough is enough. Intervene on behalf of persecuted Christians in Nigeria now.
Judge Saul, I appreciate your time.
I'm praying for my governor that is fighting Murfa. The man needs prayers. He cannot do anything. I'm also praying for Tinubu. Tinubu's hands is tight.
Why do you say so, sir?
It's tight with a Ribado by the side.
Ribado.
The
NSA.
Let me tell you, Fulani have numbers of blood. Even at my backyard, they have his number. Ribado is saying that he's advising on security matters. Have you seen the problem subsiding? Always on increase. He's a failure in that office. Why would they keep him? Keep a failure in that office? Who's somebody who cannot stop killing? If he say he's a Muslim, why did he allow Muslim to be killed? He's not a person that is capable of that office. He's a fanatic. And Shetima too. Shetima should be removed from that office. And that's the truth.
That's the VP.
Not the VP. What advice is he giving to Tinubu? Okay, prove me wrong. Let Tinubu summons Ribado and Shetima and give them order. They should communicate with the head of securities in Nigeria. They should give a marching order into the bush. Let us see whether they will give that order. We share Gumi, we'll fight them. Because they are his children in the bush. That's where they have made Nigerian account to become an ATM, collecting money.
Nigerians, so I want to give you updates on the Tanko Bulus Barnabas case. This warrant officer who was arrested in 2021 for, according to reports, for training Christians on how to defend themselves against these terrorists. You know, understand? That was the alleged story, you get. So I say make I bring you now make I give you an update on the story, because recently I posted the story and just with his picture, and you know, I was asking Nigerians like we need to make this thing go viral, and calling on people to, like, pray for him and other things. So today I want to give you updates, and also I want to beg the Nigeria government, the authorities, to look into this case once again. And I'm also calling on the international body to look into this case, because I was opportune to be there today to visit him in the prison, like correctional center where he's been held, so in Plateau State. And also this morning I was also opportune to speak with his daughter, Diana Tanko, and also his immediate younger brother. So I want to give you guys the statement, like, make I give you details on what's going on. That's why I'm here to beg the Nigerian government, please look into this matter once again. Please and please look into it. And the international body, please and please, I'm calling on all of you to look into this thing. Nigeria, please, I'm begging on you guys once again to share this video. Please, at least let's have 10,000 shares. The last time I begged Nigerians for this number of shares, you guys gave me more than. So please give me more than these shares. At least let's have 10,000 shares. So let me give you the statement on this Mr. Bulus Barnabas Tanko. So the statements on this, on the arrest, detention, and continual incarceration of Warrant Officer Tanko Barnabas, Nigerian Air Force. So this statement is issued to bring public, governmental, and international attention to the prolonged detention and alleged injustice suffered by Warrant Officer Tanko Barnabas of the Nigerian Air Force and the Chief Executive Officer of Cant Brigade. The Cant Brigade there means Christian Association of Nigeria Brigade. Now, let me take you through the background and reason for arrest. So, Warrant Officer Tanko Barnabas Bulus was arrested on 21st September 2021 following his involvement in educating and training Christians community and churches on basic self-defense measures. These teachings were aimed at churches protecting themselves against repeated attacks by terror groups, which had resulted in killings, destruction of churches, and loss of innocent life. His actions were purely defensive and community protective in nature, intended to safeguard worshippers and not to promote violence or illegal activity. However, following his arrest, a locally made pistol was allegedly tagged to him, claiming it was found in his possession. He maintained that the weapon was planted to implicate him, and no credible evidence or witness has been produced to substantiate the allegation. No credible evidence have been produced so far, although they claim that a weapon was found on him, but that's, what they can do. But let me continue. Now, sequence of detention and alleged abuse. 1. Immediately after his arrest, he was taken to STF guard room in Jos, where he was allegedly tortured and subjected to electric shocks. 2. He was later transferred to Abuja, where he was allegedly chained by both hands and legs and kept underground for approximately 3 months under inhuman conditions.
It's also giving credence to what is happening. Recently now, the Americans, have also banned Nigerians from coming to their country. And it's a step away from totally designating Nigeria as a country of, a terrorist nation. And that would be very terrible for us. Different categories of visas to Nigeria, even those that already have visas. The issue now is that they might even have to cut it back. If you had 5 years visa, they may decide to make it 1 year or 6 months or thereabout. and we are inching closely to being designated as a terrorist nation. Why is it so? Because we still haven't done the right things we ought to do. You see, we have done some surface papering, you know, just try to gloss over issues and make it look as if we are working towards, you know, stopping this menace against the people of Nigeria. But we are actually not. I have said it over and over that until the government release the names of terror sponsors, even just recently now, we had what's happening in Kwara, where the people, the bandits are saying that, or the terrorists are saying that they are being financed by government. The Minister of State for Defense, you know, the governor that is there presently is accusing the man that this man is a full member of this group that terrorizes Nigeria. And this thing has continued. Okay. That man should be let go immediately. You know, release the names of people who name them, shame them, and then think of prosecuting them. Okay. Then besides that, they also have to officially, you know, stop that policy of de-radicalization and reintegration into the Nigerian army, and then find a way to weed off all the terrorists and bandits that are already in the system. It is when you come clean to this extent that will begin to, that the world will begin to look at your country as if we are making efforts.
Oh, okay. I like the clarification you make about the visa restrictions. The initial word used was that Nigerians have been banned. It looks as if no Nigerian, because some of us are still interested in going to the United States. So it's more like visa restrictions, not total ban. You know. Yeah. So it's important that we make that clarification. I also like the fact that you made the clarification so that the viewer out there will understand that, look, it's some form of restriction, not total ban, not outright ban.
Well, it is not in your hand to decide when this restriction will be lifted.
No, but there are restrictions, not total ban. Okay. That's the point you made, and I like the fact that you made that point. Okay. Now, Barrister Darlington, so me Ranto has said, look, we are not traveling in the right direction. I ask again, despite the changes we have made, we have seen the president rejig, you know, the leadership. He changed service chiefs. He even removed the Minister of Finance had to leave, you know, on health grounds. And the president, you know, brought in, you know, an army officer, a retired army general. Nigerians complained that, look, the Minister of Defense and the Minister of State for Defense, none of them had intelligence or military background. And the president said, okay, retired General Christopher Musa, come and head this ministry and all of that. So in all of these changes, you know, the collaboration with the United States of America, the rescue of schoolgirls, rescue of worshippers that were kidnapped, are we not in the right direction? What do you see? What do you think?
We are not in the right direction, and we will never be until the right things are done. What you are seeing now is cosmetics. Cosmetics just to please America, nothing else. Cosmetics. And they are doing it in a very funny manner. Very funny manner. Mr. Okoro, please, can you tell me why terrorists should be in Nigeria by now? Talking boldly, somebody like Toju Bello, directing government what to do, who to prosecute and who not to prosecute, a terrorist. And government have not find it needful to arrest this man and prosecute him. Barrister,
I'd like for you to tell, you say we will not travel in that right direction until we do the right thing. Yeah. Barrister, what are the right things?
The right thing, oh my God, thank God you asked me this question. Mr. Okoro, how do you deal with criminals? Do you negotiate with them as a government? Please tell me. That word, criminal, confirmed, not rumor, not propaganda. By the actions of this particular person, he is a criminal. What do you do with him as a government? So, if you are looking the other side, what the man is doing here, applying his trade, what does that say? It shows that you as a government, you are not ready to solve the problem. You are not ready. There is a report by a state actor, Danjuma Ali Kefas. This is the military officer that brought the details of what you are suffering. He mentioned names. Even how the former chief of staff was killed. Mr. Okoroti today. Nobody have even looked at that report. Rather, the man was detained for 64 days. Please, is this the action of somebody who wants to solve a problem? You can see it. But they are telling you when you see something, say something. The one we have said so far, what have you done with it? What have you done with it? They gave you a list of people sponsoring problem in your country, and you just sat on it. Government after God from Buhari to Tinubu, you just sat on it. as if nothing happened. Meanwhile, the problem is still festering. So it shows that you the government, you are not ready. Let us know this. If they are not ready, Mr. Okon, they are not ready. It's like there is something they are getting from this terrorism. If not, no government will tolerate this type of behavior.
All right.
No government.
Sorry. I would like, Barrister, I would like you to respond to this, but I would also like Kelvin Ejimodo to react to this. The three individuals, let's zero in on these individuals who were arrested, found with AK-47 rifles, members of Miyetti Allah. They are members.
In Kwalabi?
Yes, okay. Members of Miyetti Allah.
Good.
But armed by the state, by the NSA, the government of the office of the NSA, the government of Nigeria, to help fight bandits. How does that make sense?
Oh my God. Please, do you have a criminal to police himself? That is, you know that this man is an armed robber. You not give him a gun. Oh yeah, police yourself, control yourself, arrest yourself. Is that not funny? Miyetti Allah, that you and I know what they stand, what they represent.
Well, we know they are basically cattle wearers.
Yes.
That's basically what they are.
They are hiding under that. Their main problem is what? Violence and mayhem.
Barrister, I don't know that. What I know is that they are cattle wearers. Yes,
are you not here when this organization came out and told us what they want? They made demand. We even gave them 1 billion naira, which was shared by Dambazu when he was Minister of Internal Affairs. This particular organization, they were the one that told Benue, if you don't remove that vigilante group you put in your state, we will make this place uncomfortable. This particular group.
So how is it? How is it now that the members of this group are now being drafted into the security architecture?
That will tell you that they are not serious about what they are doing. Yes, that's what I'm telling you here. How can you arm such a group? How can you arm them to do what? Please, to do what? Okay. Can they arrest themselves?
Okay. Let me quickly take this question to Kelvin Ejimodo. Kelvin, now the same question really. How is it possible that members of Miyetti Allah, who are not military people, who have not been, I don't know if they've been trained to bear arms, but they were given arms. Yeah, basically cattle wearers given arms and a vehicle, which we later understand they absconded with. They absconded with the vehicle given to them by the government of Nigeria to fight bandits. In fact, if memory serves me right, on this show, we've had a conversation with Sheikh Gumi where he said, look, some of these bandits can be drafted to fight other bandits. And doesn't that seem like what is going on? Help me make sense of this that we have on our plate right now.
You know, thank you very much. It is a national disgrace that a sovereign nation as Nigeria, that have the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, GCFR President Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, we stoop so low. We have the best military infantry in Africa. You left them, the armed forces, engaged Miyetti Allah, who you know they always stood against anything that goes against their will of their cattle rearing and their headers.
Could it be that we're running out of manpower and
they come and defend them?
Okay. Could it be that we're running out of manpower? Is that it? And we need
we can't have manpower. We can't have manpower. We have the DSS, we have the police, we have the civil defense, we have the Air Force, we have the military, we have the Navy. We can't run out of manpower. Officially, the president indulged self of the forest guards. Why will you give the Miyetti Allah? You know these persons are they are non-repentant when it comes to issues of herdsmen and their cattle. They value their cattle more than the human life. And you give me like for example to go to the mission, do what? To combat their own members? They won't do that.
Bandits.
You can't give an armed robber a weapon to fight an armed robber in the forest.
Even a repentant one.
They will go there and collaborate and turn forces and fight back at you, at the country.
Even a repentant armed robber who knows the operation.
There's something like a armed robber. A terrorist do not repent. in the words of Putin, he said, you don't negotiate with terrorists, you take them to where they belong and where God wants them to be. That's the world beyond. People that put terror on human life, they maim, they kill, they destroy. You give them ammunition to go and do what? To defend who? On whose authority? On whose mandate? Are you empowering Miyetti Allah? Are they a security organization? Why not use that same energy to call in the US SWAT, and the Black Hawk to come and assist us in fighting these terrorists? Why give them our weapons that tomorrow they will not be able to account for?
Okay. And vehicles too, not just the weapons, vehicles too.
And taxpayers' money. Our money in the country that used to pay.
Sorry, let's quickly bring this back to the studio. You want to react to?
Yes. You see, when you talk about the fact that maybe they're overwhelmed, you're talking about a country. Just a week or two ago, they actually displayed one of the swiftest and well-precise action against a military coup in Benin Republic. And we show that we can actually respond swiftly. And we did all that. Nigeria have what it takes to take care of our nation, the security of the lives of citizens. But I keep saying there is no political will to do so, and there is no sincerity of purpose to so do. That is why we have problem. We don't lack manpower, and we have demonstrated that in Benin Republic. So what is this? That's why look, we are inching closely to being declared a terrorist nation.
So I mean, if you say we don't lack manpower, I mean, we have approval to recruit 94,000 new forces men. Isn't that an indication? Is it indicative of the fact that, look, we don't have enough manpower to fight terrorism, banditry, and criminality?
There is nothing wrong in wanting to bring in new people into the system.
I mean, if it is not broken, you don't need to mend it.
No, you know what I'm saying? As it is, Nigeria have the capacity and the capability, which has been so demonstrated. So you're telling me, you can do that. So doesn't charity ever begin from home anymore?
Mr. Ranta, what could you nail as
how will you be so good outside to outsiders? What is the kind of love we have for Benin Republic
Mr.
that
Ranta,
cannot be translated to Nigeria?
We are looking for solutions. What do you think is the problem, and how do we solve it?
The government should come clean and deal with these people. There is, look, even during the time of Buhari, General Tiwa Danjuma has said the armed forces are colluding with these people. If you wait for them, you all die one by one. That's the way the man said it.
Guys, let me quickly take you through some of the reactions on the social media. I have Aloy Mako, who is a lawyer to Nnamdi Kanu. He tweeted and said, Miyetti Allah, Fulani headsmen, is generally believed to be a prime terrorist group by Nigeria and even by the Americans. It is therefore very alarming and treasonous that the federal government has been in secret romance with it, to the point of arming its members. Now it says in 2021, declare Miyetti Allah terrorists of terrorist organization, Yoruba Union agitators, others tell UN. Autumn to federal government, declare Miyetti Allah as terrorist organization. That was in 2022. But I thought at the time these people were declared terrorists. I mean, I thought as in these people have been declared. Anyway, let's see how Nigerians have reacted to this. This person says more reasons we need to destroy the entity called Nigeria and build a nation of our own. This means the Fulani understood that without power they will not be able to promote their ethnic religion and interest in Nigeria. While Nnamdi Kanu enjoined Ndibu to shun national politics in pursuit of Biafra, today he is unjustly intended by the Islamic hegemony on that he sought to end. And this was a Miyetti Allah terrorist organization, is one of the deadliest terrorist groups in the world. They are part of the Nigerian government. Nigeria is not a country. The sooner the entity created by Britain called Nigeria is dissolved, the better for humanity. Nigeria is a cause to humanity. So I don't know what you make of this. Is coming from Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. He's talking about how for long, you know, they've been this as an agitation for Miyetti Allah to be called a terrorist organization, and till today, instead of Nigeria to really see it from that point of view, Nigeria is arming Miyetti Allah. And this other headline here is they arrested suspects confessed to being part of Miyetti Allah. The Kwara State government in the below post also confirmed that these individuals were members of Miyetti Allah, incorporated into a joint task force. Only the NSA is denying it. Sack Ribadu. This person is calling for the sack of Ribadu after arrested terrorists were said to have been, you know, sent by him to Kwara State. This person, he's trying to cover up in an agenda he is complicit in. Another person here said this is an open and short case. The evidences are clear. Miyetti Allah is being used in another state than their origin under the guise of civilian JTF. Ribadu must be sacked. So guys, I don't even know how come Ribadu is using Miyetti Allah in other states. How come Nigerians? How is it happening? You know, how is it happening? That is what Nigerians are still struggling. This person says some fools are already on paid gig defending this. No, Ribadu must resign. If you see this, please lend your voice. We must cleanse the system and flush out every bad egg from the Tinubu's government. I mean, Nuhu Ribadu must go. That's what Nigerians are saying. We want Nuhu Ribadu to go. Now, let's see how Nigerians are reacting to this post demanding for Nuhu Ribadu to be sacked. This person here said, okay, you withdraw a huge amount of money from state treasury, hand them to bandits. Erufai fires back at Nuhu Ribadu. Hey, they withdraw money, big amount. No wonder these people have the kind of sophisticated weapons they are using to buy the people of Plateau and Benue. Trust me, nothing is going to happen. No sack, no resignation. You know why Tinubu was aware of all this going on, all those things. It was a deal he had with Fulani before emerging as president. Remember, the defense minister that from the state is still there, not only the NSA. Okay, this makes sense. The deal that was entered, because you can't go to that seat without. The Yoruba leaders should sold us to the Fulani leaders who see themselves above all in Nigeria. Atawale, now Metawale, now Ribadu, and they are still in government at our expense. It is story of animal farm. I pray America comes quickly enough for and you say enough. So you can see what's happening. And this person here said, has no Ribadu resigned as NSA to illegitimate government of official birth yet, or is the former EFCC chairman so lacking in integrity and determined to wipe out Christians in Nigeria? You know, he will cling desperation onto this important office. So it is really so that these people are just bent to end Christians in Nigeria, because if not, tell me why he is still occupying this position. You know, he's still occupying this office. Now let me take you through this other head. This one here say, we had Pantami sabotaging our communication and NIN. Now it's the NSA. This might be the finishing touch they needed to finish Nigeria off. Fulani should never be allowed near power in this country again, never again. And this person say, mine is if this man isn't arrested, charged to court for arming civilians in the name of vigilantes to police, for arming civilians in the name of vigilante to police another state. Then in Achebe's voice, there was a country. He might not even face any. This country is really gone. Samuel Tom and American government have been vindicated. He has to resign. He has hand in insecurity, and the claim and has claimed an insecurity that has claimed the lives of many and properties in this country. He is it's only the Nigerian bandits and terrorists sit in the corridor of power, but Tinubu won't try that because he will go down if no Ribadu goes down. Okay, this person is saying it is only in Nigeria bandits and terrorists sit in the corridor of power, but Tinubu won't try that because if he will go down if Nuhu goes down. Buhari announced his failure beforehand that corruption will fight back. Watch, very soon Tinubu will tell us that the insecurity is fighting back. Aiding criminals must stop. Resign now. Nigerians, Fulani shouldn't be handling our security affairs at the moment and ever. Let's weed terrorism out of Nigeria. I never see yet. If I see, I go blast that person. At this point, they were still the ones saying no to state police because they know they will be caught for it. Honestly, they rejected state policing. This is the reason. If this information is true, Ribadu needs to resign as soon as possible. There must not be any room for hiding for enemies of state. Those encouraging the sponsoring terrorism must face the law for their crimes. So guys, and this person, how can you give such sophisticated weapon to vigilantes? These people are all ready to wipe out Nigerians from this land. There are so many shameless people in the country without a functioning brain due to sentiment. So guys, Nigerians are not really happy. Nuhu Ribadu must resign. What about other states? And why was killing and kidnapping rampant? We have terrorists in Tinubu's government. How are we sure Tinubu is not part of them? So guys, these are Nigerians lamenting after Ribadu was said to have been, involved in arming Fulani militias to come do security work in another state. And people are saying no, that Ribadu went overboard. Ribadu went overboard and see, Nigerians are not happy with this development. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.